My first kiss, a romantic love story. Like always, I asked Arpit to come for our normal happy dates. My intention was very clear for every time I used to meet him. My intensity of love towards him was too strong to avoid it. With every meeting of ours, I wanted him to understand what I feel, but it was too difficult for me to express my feeling for him so directly. But one day, it so happened, I could not stop to express myself in front of him. We were coming back to our home after our coffee date. I was driving my scooty and he was sitting behind me. As usual, in my non-serious mood, I was asking him to hold me from the back. I was teasing him to sit close by. I was pulling him towards me to sit nearer, but he was not able to understand my seriousness towards him with those non-serious talks. It was past 6 and the street was quite dim. My imagination of being expressed myself in front of him was quite high. I stopped my scooty on side of the road and switched off the headlights. I knew it was now or never. I had to kiss him to make him realize that I am very serious. I don't know what actually was running in his mind when I stopped driving, because the only question he asked was why you stopped here. I wanted him to give the opportunity to come closer to me, hold my hand, listen to my heartbeat, and feel me as I wanted. Why couldn't he make the first move? I thinking to myself. He looked and smiled at me and told me that he had a nice time. I just nodded. My throat was dry. He took out his jacket and placed it on his lap and asked me very casually what happened. I said nothing. I was sweating profusely by now. He asked me, if you are not feeling well, to drive. Sit it back, I will drive. For a moment, I felt as he knows everything, still he is trying to avoid that situation. I got down off my scooty and allowed him to sit in the front. I was facing towards him with my uncontrollable feelings. I placed my hand on his hand when he was about to start the scooty. I blurted out, "Can I kiss you?" I felt so weak and scared after I said that. Visions of how he will react were continuously going in my mind. But then, he didn't tell anything. I held his hand more tightly. He didn't react. I made him get down off the scooty. He did it for me. I held his hand even tighter than earlier and drew him more closely towards me. I knew what I had to do. I wrapped my right hand around him as best as I could, all the while trying desperately to get into a good position to kiss him on his lips. He made my task easier by holding me back and bending a little down to be part of my first kiss. My hold was even tighter when, after a peck on his lips, he responded back to me with a very wild kiss. His hands were around my neck and cheeks, and he was trying to pull me up and up to make that kiss a very special to me. It had become very dark by then. I parted him by kissing him on his neck and saying that I love you. He just kissed me on my forehead and said I too. I was overwhelmed. Finally we decided to return back home. There was so much to talk and there was a silence between us, and it drew me much closer to him. He decided to drive and I sat behind him holding him tightly, sitting at the back. I hope you enjoyed this love story. Subscribe my channel for more stories. Thank you for watching.